H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it is what's the day? Monday? No, Tuesday. I lost the day. Tuesday morning. Man, let me tell y'all something. It's some things that I just want. Hold on one second. Well, I want to correct. Did I send it over? Yes, I want to put that behind me too. Okay. All right. I like that. I changed it. I've changed it. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. I want to talk about this beautiful building. They look like it's leaning sideways. That's the way it's designed behind me. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. But let me tell you something. First of all, shout out to my starting five. Let me get to them first. My starting five. They got my, they reset my stuff, man. When hey, y'all leave my stuff alone. I have all my settings, and this, I'm a creature of habit, so I like for my stuff to be where it is. So let me talk to my starting five. We got D Holcomb in the building. We got Simeon Sims, and I know those two has already gave a thumbs up already. And I want those two to make sure everybody else that comes on YouTube give a thumbs up, because sometimes I supposed to prompt y'all to do it, but sometimes I'm trying to do a show, so I need some help. Got Thaddeus Moody. I got Chris Charles, and Dale Griggs is in the building. I'd love to see a woman in the starting five that makes me know I'm doing something right. Sixth man today is Corey Willis. And but I see you. Hey, Morris, I got you. I just haven't had a chance to call you, but I got you. I'm gonna get with you. Who is that? What else we got? Beautiful day in the Windy City. That's Status Move. Joe Lewis. I'm just going through Daryl. I see you. Where my girl? That Brandy. Karen Roach is early today. Robert Young is in the building. Sonya, where was you at yesterday? Sonya we had a great show until 1:30 when Jimmy came on, got talking crazy. But I want to talk about that a little bit today. It's Tuesday. Watch tomorrow will be Christmas. Anyone else feel tomorrow will be Christmas? No. Let me see what else I got. Guess what? Ashley is back. Ashley, I thought I scared you away, Ashley. I was really worried about you. Ashley, this is Ashley, this show was founded with the barbershop feel. That's why it's called a Chop Shop. Barbershop feel in it. So we might get a little profound to be a little more. We might be a little bit more profane sometime to be profound. But I want to share something with y'all that I thought about that I didn't get a chance to get across yesterday. Tina, I see Tina's in the building. Monte, Brad, what's up, baby? How you feeling? He started his treatment yesterday. Let's pray for Brad Kimball. That's my dude. And put your hand on all you healing people. Put your hand on your device and let's pray for Brad Kimball. Franklin Paul, my coach is one of my coaches is in the building. Who else? Let me see. Otha Brown, where you, man? I miss you, baby. Who else? I was in and out. Sonya, I miss you. You know when I don't see you. What's up, Mr. Barron? Jarrell Barron. I don't know if it's the wife or the husband. Kevin Allen, I was up there on the campus today. You see the campus behind me. Y'all, that beautiful structure back there. I had to take a picture. I was at a meeting at TSU this day, and I didn't know TSU got a building like that. That's a beautiful library that TSU is on the campus of TSU. Man, let me tell y'all something. I've been going over there. I've been going to the gym. Next time I come, I'm going to walk through the whole campus because y'all got some stuff coming up over there that's unbelievable. The campus is beautiful, Kevin Allen. Let's see who else. Let me see. Yes, Brandy. And Ashley, I'm talking about TSU, Texas Southern University. You know, I go by there all the time, but I haven't went on this side. So I went to the broadcast section, the communications section, and I see this beautiful edifice. And I said, what the? So I got out my car and walked over there. I said, what the hell is this? They said it's the library. But it got the restaurant inside it, the coffee shop. It's got everything over there. Let me tell y'all something. It's unbelievable over there at TSU. It is so, I went there for the first time. See, she went, for homecoming at Southwick working on my short game. Listen to, you over there? Man, Southwick don't have a good short game area, Willie Sullivan. Man, you got to call me. I'll give you a better area to go and work out at. Unless they done redone it. It did. It's terrible. But let me see where I'm at today, man. There's so much stuff. First of all, I want to talk. I don't know how many share the show. I want to talk to some of the people that were here yesterday, and some people just don't understand certain things that's happening. And I was talking about I think we was on a subject and we mentioned. Oh, Jimmy said something about it. And I hope he come on. I want to hit it briefly, but we'll talk a little bit more about it when he come on too. But I just want to clear some stuff up. We were talking about people calling him before the game. Let's say Mate Cora calling me before the game, talking about her son gonna do this to Tina Jackson's son. But she telling Jimmy or Doug or somebody. So Jimmy and them put it out there like that. See, or John Urie say something, y'all. See, and I know that's, I just said I don't agree with it. And one of the reasons that I didn't get a chance to explain to y'all, the reason I don't agree with stuff like that, because I had, during my son's trek through high school, it was a lot of jealousy. It was a lot of stuff. People said, him and I never talked, but people always talk. And I just know how I felt. I know how I wanted to whoop a couple of people's behind about what they said. I've sit up in the stands where some guys got Jimmy Magazine and I'm sitting 5 feet over. The guys don't know who I am. Talking about, I just want to see what this dude's gonna do. The one just talking about Robert for 30 minutes. And I just sit there and listen. And then after the game, I think he had about 30-something, 35 that game. I said, I heard y'all talking about the little young fella. Oh, yeah, he cold. But I heard what y'all said. I said, watch what you say in the stands because I'm his father. See, people, y'all got to understand in this climate. See, words have started wars. Like I told you, it's several parents in this basketball community where my son was playing that I didn't know. But see, if I do something, it's on the news. I ain't gonna lie, I got them etched in my head. There's several people that I wish I just could have choked just because what they say about my son and everybody else. So when people get into these, that's why they got shootings and your referees want to fight, all because of people talking all of this mess. My son gonna do this. My son gonna have 30. So Robert Hatter was coming. Jimmy got offended, I guess, because he felt I was his business. It got nothing to do with his business. This got to do with that I used to didn't like to go to some games when my son played. When they played against Madison, it was always something. When they played, I told y'all, when they played against Bel Air. Have this ever happened to y'all? Bel Air, me and my daughter talking, I walk off. Next thing you know, I come back. I walk off for 2 minutes, and I come back. The police holding my daughter. What's the name of the police? HISD police holding her. And I'm saying, what the hell going on? I mean, I was finna fight the police officer. I'm trying to tell y'all how words. I was finna whoop. I got him etched in my mind. Me and him was finna go at it with whatever he had. But he explained to me, I had to take her. The opposite team, the coach's niece, they told me she had been bullying a lot of people, but she bullied the wrong little old lady. My daughter, she might look dainty, but she knows how the art of self-defense. Is that good? So the police said, man, I had to take her because she was whipping the big girl. It was a bigger woman, a young lady. And I think about it. And guess what the argument about? The girl talking about her brother. She ain't gonna let nobody talk about her brother. You know what I'm saying? They get into it, and I told my daughter, baby, you can't go to games no more. I mean, we're playing Madison. She want to jump out on the floor because of what people say. So when I talk about that, share the show, everybody. When I talk about this, I'm not trying to hurt nobody's business. I don't care about nobody's business. I'm talking about, I know how words, it's some words exchanged before that police got, that coach got killed on the football field with those the kids up in Dallas. It's some words exchanged when the referee fighting the referee. It's some words exchanged between the guy up there shooting up in Indianapolis. That's what people don't understand. And that's the angle that I was coming in at. I just want y'all to understand this climate, man. It's crazy out here. So, Karima, we don't need that. What would you look like coming to the game talking about Sebastian gonna do this and Sebastian gonna do this to somebody? So, my job, my responsibility, when I'm over these airwaves, I'm not trying to tell y'all to do no stupid. And I call it stupid again. Words, don't think about it, the wrong word. Speaking of words, last night, I saw this. This stuff just writes this stuff for me. Watch this. I got to go find it. I know I put it in there. Didn't I? Check this out. Young man, hold up. Let me set it up for you. Young man, that's what I'm talking about, words. I'm still on the words. Young man, this is how you show understanding, grace, and strength. This is a home run hit by this young man, Tyler Adams, who mispronunciated Iran and was called out by a journalist who followed up with a question on discrimination in you. Just watch this. Just watch this. Just watch this, y'all.
You say you support the Iranian people, but you're pronouncing our country's name wrong. Our country is named Iran, not Iran. Please, once and for all, let's get this clear. Second of all, are you okay to be representing a country that has so much discrimination against black people in its own borders? And we saw the Black Lives Matter movement over the past few years.
My apologies on the mispronunciation of your country. Yeah, that being said, there's discrimination everywhere you go. One thing that I've learned, especially from living abroad in the past years and having to fit in different cultures, is that in the U.S. we're continuing to make progress every single day. I grew up in a white family with obviously an African American heritage and background as well. So I had a little bit of different cultures, and I was very very easily able to assimilate in different cultures. So not everyone has that ease and the ability to do that, and obviously it takes longer to understand. And through education, I think it's super important. Like you just educated me now on the pronunciation of your country. So it's a process. I think as long as you see progress, that's the most important thing.
See how beautiful that young man made that damn food look like a dang food. You follow me? Let's get that straight. Pronounce the name. Iran. I mean, I understand, but do you have to be so rude? Do you have to be so rude? That's what I'm telling y'all. Words are very, very, very important. You follow me? And I sit there and watch this kind of stuff, man. This young man, classy answer. Now think about this, Karima. This was on the eve of the most important game in this guy's life. He started to question that you say you respect our country, but you can't talk. Elton Thompson, see why I have to clear up stuff that happened yesterday. You got to realize Chris Walker's grandmama watched this show every day. Hey, grandma. Is people watch this show and love this show every single day. And let me tell you something. I don't want to do nothing to have you not want to share, watch this show. But sometimes I'm telling you, you have to be profane to be profound. And some things, you just, very passionate about these young kids that play basketball, man. That kind of behavior, talking crazy, talking Morris Parson, talking about what his son gonna do to somebody else's son on the basketball court, what this that brings the people to the gym, and that's bring the people to the, let me tell you something. It has no place in youth sports. If that's your business model, maybe you need to elevate your business model. You always remember, competition is the cornerstone of America. And we just got to understand that. I'm serious, y'all. We got to understand in these times, we got to protect our kids. We're talking about, our kids got to have security everywhere they go. You couldn't get on the campus they was talking about how hard it was to get on the campus at Episcopal. People, words. If you ever talk to these guys, go look at that, listen to the manifest of some of these people who kill. It's words, the words people say to people. Okay, so I had to share that with y'all, man, because we got I was thinking about Deion Sanders again. I'm gonna talk about him a little bit, and what Mindy, but bring Mindy front and center. Yes, T.O. went to CVS in California. Dude talking crazy. Yes, got knocked out. I'm thinking about Deion Sanders, right? I'm watching all of this stuff. Uh, he has an opportunity to not only build a program, but to craft the direction of an entire conference. He also has the unique ability to affect the entire HBCU football landscape. I'm going to tell y'all why. All he has to do is tell Colorado and every Power 5 school no. But I know a lot of people going to say, what's up, Steve Adams? What's up, Kirk Dorth? Y'all just in time. We finna talk about this because this is a story. Y'all got to understand, a lot of y'all going to be in positions of power like this. Your sons, your cousins, they're going to be in positions of power like Deion Sanders. I've been on the Deion Sanders supporting him since day one. Anybody that watched this show for the last 3 years, I supported him when it wasn't popular. I covered when he first came there. I supported him because I understand the bigger picture. You know, Chris Walker and other people, well, he gonna leave for that bag. You know, because you gotta understand, most black people gonna leave for the bag. But it wasn't no bag for him to come to at Florida. I mean, at Jackson State. You follow me? So I'm sitting here, y'all. I'm processing. Y'all know I'm always processing because I want to be able to share this kind of stuff with y'all. Yes, I heard his recent response. Yes. Which one, Brandon? Because I mean, in the last 5 minutes, if he had another one, I mean, which one? Which one? Brandon? Because it's, you know, I mean, you probably know one that I haven't had, but I'm not talking about his response. Jackson State. Yeah, I want y'all to follow me. Ashley, Stephen. They hired Coach Prime before it was cool. Okay? Deion Sanders has always been cool, but the folks didn't know he can coach. He did his thing at Trinity Christian, but doing your thing at Trinity Christian and doing your thing at the Division I FCS football team is in a short amount of time that he did is totally two different things. But the thing that Coach Prime did from the jump that gave him a head start over every other guy that has been in his position. What's up, Boone? I see you. Watch this, Boone. Prime, he hired a top-notch coaching staff. Now he has to go out and get the players. That's the most important thing now, the players. If you don't have players, ladies and gentlemen, it don't matter how good you are. Every good coach has great players. Lionel, how you doing? This is why I never sat in the stands while my kid played baseball. Lionel, I'm telling you, Lionel, I love watching my son play basketball, but in his high school, his own teammates were jealous of him. So you're making me get off the subject, Lionel, but I'll come back. I'll come back there. Wait till I tell you about it. Wait, but Lionel, I can tell you some stories. But I'm talking about Deion right now. Let's stay on task. But to hire an excellent coaching staff, that's what they did. It all starts with Dennis Thurman. A lot of y'all probably ain't heard that name when it comes to Jackson State. Let me show you what's going on. See, we just looking at Coach Prime. Let me show you what he did. First hire was Dennis Thurman. The one thing that Jackson State has the ability to hang their hats on since Prime has been the head coach is the fact that he had one of the best, if not the best defenses in the entire FCS. Not just SWAC, HBCU. the entire college football series during his tenure. I don't know if y'all know that. I'm just giving you information. They led the nations in sacks last year. They were leading the nation in sacks this year until Kevin Freitman's alma mater, Southern, had 7 sacks in the Bayou Classic. They had the number 1 defense the last 2 falls running. Then you add the fact that these same coaches, and they can recruit their butt offs. He said, thanks, Hatter, for sharing the interview of the SWAC and with both coaches, the words Coach Prime spoke in reference to him after being off. Yes. Man, this, y'all, reason we got to talk about this, ain't nobody else gonna talk about this. I'm explaining to you. They can also recruit these coaches. They can coach their butt off, Dion, and they can recruit. Let me tell you something. When you go and get out and get guys like Aubrey Miller in the transfer portal, everybody wanted Aubrey Miller. Shane Hooks from the transfer portal, everybody wanted Shane Hooks. Shiloh Sanders at South Carolina, a PWI Power 5 conference. He came to his dad. That wasn't that hard. But then you go get Travis Hunter and then a Kevin Coleman, the transfer, and a Savion Wilkins. What's up, Kevin? I'm just watching this stuff, y'all. All of that makes the world amount of difference. All of that. It's a lot of people who are interested in Jackson State, y'all, all over the world. Listen, I'm not just looking for someone. Listen, because my partner called. Man, I'm just not looking for something to talk about today. No. We have to address this. Why? This is something I'm not making up. I'm going to play you a video of Coach Prime himself saying he was offered the job. And we're going to walk through this thing. Hey, Belinda, we're going to walk through this. Let me get you some, Belinda, at the press conference yesterday. Maybe this was my best friend talking about, my best friend Brandon Nixon talking about. Hold up. Check this out. Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah, definitely. The report is true. They're not the only ones. The report is true. I'm not going to sit on here and tell all my business, but they're not the only ones. And I would be a liar if I told you they didn't. You know they did. I know they did. Everybody there know they did. So it is what it is. That's not my focus right now. My focus is to win.
How do you not let these reports distract you from preparing for each week and preparing your team to play?
Well, to someone else that hadn't been that dude, it gets intoxicating. I've been praying for a long time, dog. Attention ain't nothing new to me. Like, come on. This is. I'm not being braggadocious or whatever. That's a wonderful word, isn't it? Braggadocious. Just came up with that. We're dialed in. We have some really good coaches and guys that have been to the highest level of football, and we know how to focus our kids. Yeah.
Think about this. This is what I want y'all to think about it. Imagine being the Power 5 conference. Just imagine. And you got a guy going and taking players that used to be reserved for y'all because y'all got the nice facilities. Y'all got the facilities. You kill me, these parents talking about. But Robert, the facilities, you can't take them facilities to the bank. You can't take them facilities home with you. Once your little black butt get on that campus and they through with you and you off that campus, them facilities ain't at your disposal no more. So why in the hell you worried about a facility? And Barry, it's not that he got money already. Because Barry, the people that got money already always want some more. Barry, I don't know what kind of people you've been around, but everyone I know that's rich, they trying to get some more. They intoxicated. They want some more. So I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. You might know some people that say, I got enough money. I ain't never heard nobody say they got enough money. Maybe you have, Barry. I've never been around. And I'm around some people that I ain't never heard them say, man, I don't want no more money. I'll do that for free. No, ain't nobody got enough money. That's a myth. That's a myth. Unless you, hold up, unless you know some people that telling you, man, that believe, they're not just telling you, but showing, but in case you just come on the show, if y'all looking behind me, that beautiful building right there, it was so beautiful, I had to take a picture of it this morning. That's the Texas Southern Library. Blew me away. Got to stop by there one time. Got to stop by. But let me get back. Let me get back to Deion. Let me get back to, excuse me, Coach Prime. I'm sorry. Okay? Just think about what I just told you. These people, you upsetting the apple cart, man. Yo, I got a story I want to show y'all. Okay. Now, when the biggest superstar in your conference is offered a Power 5 job, it's worth talking about. Deion Sanders is in Texas Southern Conference. Texas Southern is in Houston. This is big news. But they ain't gonna talk about it. I'm gonna show you how they're talking about on network TV. That's why I'm so glad we have this medium. That's why I share the show. Everybody share the show. If you on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. Watch this. When Deion Sanders has the chance, has changed completely the way that we look at HBCU football, whether you are old head or a newbie like me. He's changed the game. I wasn't watching this before he came on. I'm not going to sit here and tell you no lie. Like, I'm just a diehard HB. No, I didn't. Now I don't miss when Shedeur is at quarterback. He's changed the game. Commissioner Charles McClellan said himself on a interview the other day. I think I was reading. He didn't say Deion Sanders' name. Okay, he didn't say Deion Sanders did it, but he said that they have recorded over the last 2 seasons record attendance, record revenue, record media marketing deals, and record sponsorships. Y'all, this coincides directly with the arrival of Coach Prime. So he gets a job offer from a place like Colorado, which is in the Pac-12. Hold up. Computer was acting crazy. Which has bigger facilities. Ask somebody who played at Colorado years ago and ask could they can bring them facilities. Can they bring them facilities home? Parents, that's the biggest farce in the freaking world. Facilities. You didn't have them facilities when you got good. You got good at your high school gym, didn't you? Lifting them weights in your high school gym, didn't you? That made them want you to come out there, didn't you? But now the facilities. Now, have you said the doctors and the recoveries? Okay. If you said the doctors and the recovery staff, 1 million of them, I like that one. I can go with that. But don't be telling me about no damn facilities. More money, more resources. It's cold as hell up there. And it's a bad job, y'all, in my opinion. It's a place where a lot of coaches' careers go and die. They haven't been relevant since the 80s and the 90s. So they're going to give him that job. He's going to bum out. And then we're going to talk. He ain't going to have this no more. What he doing right now. See, it wasn't a big deal that he can get Travis Hunter to go to Colorado. That wouldn't have been a big deal. The big deal, he got a 5-star like him to go to HBCU. Yo, these folks so crazy out here. You got the congressman in Tennessee asking the chancellor or the president of Tennessee State University. Y'all getting too many black students going to y'all school. They ain't coming to Tennessee and Tennessee Tech and all. They asked this lady this. They mad because it's been an uptick. Y'all, I need y'all to listen to me. I need y'all to listen to me, Barry. Elton. Google it. The congressman, people was asking her, why y'all taking all our black? Y'all know what they saying. They ain't going to Tennessee. They want to come to Tennessee State. Morris, these people just don't care. They saying it out loud. There's nowhere in hell I would take that job. Nowhere in hell I would take that Colorado job. But it's not me. They didn't give me the offer. They offered it to Coach Prime. Let me play this again. I want y'all to hear this. Let me play this one more time.
Yeah, definitely. The report is true. They're not the only ones. The report is true. I'm not going to sit on here and tell all my business, but they're not the only ones. And I would be a liar if I told you they didn't. You know they did. I know they did. Everybody there know they did. So it is what it is. That's not my focus right now. My focus is to win.
How do you not let these reports distract you from preparing for?
See, I wanted y'all to hear that again. I just gave you can go and look at the whole video. It's online. Y'all got to remember. See, y'all got to remember. I used to take all the slugs in the beginning. Chris Walker joked. Man, them people ain't coming down there and play at HBCU. They ain't got no money. They ain't got this. Then, hold up. I was proud of the fact that Makur Maker went to Howard. Man, I'm not talking about that. Hey, everybody, no matter who you are, you might not be destined to go to the NBA. That's a God thing. It ain't but 500 of them guys on the whole planet. So somebody else is pulling them strings. But let me tell y'all something. Coach Prime, in the beginning, y'all, I never forget, he said that he came there because he was sent there on a mission. I want to be fair with y'all. I want to give y'all some y'all can feel. Has he completed the mission? He's not a quitter, but I ask a question. Has he completed it? Is he staying at JSU because his impact will be wider than anywhere else? Y'all, they talking about Jackson State all over the world. They ain't talking about Colorado and University of South Florida. It's people in Barbados. It's people all over the world talking about Jackson State. Talking about the HBCUs. Talking about the SWAC. All over the world. I got friends all over the world. Robert, what? I got people on Wall Street. Man, you know this guy, Dion? Other HBCUs. We got entertainers. We got people that he has been exposing his players to. It's a world of wealth, of education. People exposing his players, having these people talk to his players. He had a woman whose job was to target successful athletes famous girl came up. He had her come and talk to his players, so his young guys can know what to look for. Ashley, they gonna all mess up, but he told them. He told them. I ain't talking about listen, I'm not talking negative about nobody else. I'm talking about, I ain't worried about how Pac-12 is dead. I ain't talking about that. That ain't the issue. Deion has always started big. If you watch his whole career, one of his songs must be the money. It's just in me. I mean, he did everything. Fancy cars. I mean, I wish I could tell y'all one story. I just don't want to do it. He was cold. I don't. He was a cold piece of work. He is going to make a splash that will not only affect JSU. He wants this for our community and all HBCUs. That his service and his way, that's his service and his way of giving back. Let's throw out some hypotheticals here. I'm going to switch it. I'm going to switch it on. Don't forget, need a law firm. Cox Prater law firm. Them our dudes. I would play the commercial, but I don't want to stop right now. I'll play it a little later. Troy Prater, Brian Cox, Mr. Cox. Check this out. Giving y'all some hypotheticals. Ain't that what I said? I'm trying to see. Prime said himself, he was called by God, and he is not going to leave until his calling is fulfilled and all of that, right? And all of that may be true because these are the words that he used himself. We are holding him to the words that he said for himself. I expected the success at JSU. A lot of people didn't. Y'all know who y'all are. That is Moody. You've been around a couple of years. You heard how people used to get on me about it. But what if I say this? Think about the things that has happened at Jackson State and the SWAC since he has arrived. Hey man, they just sent me a picture. Y'all know when I look like that, my daughter just sent me a picture of my grandson taking to his first doctor's appointment. And he in the seat, man. I can't show it to you. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get back. Come on, y'all. Come on. Y'all know how I am right now. Since he has arrived, right? Let's talk about something. We're talking about a new media rights deal, Kevin Allen. A new corporate sponsors. Since Deion has arrived, we're talking about global fans that may or may not have heard about HBC football program or Jackson State or the SWAC. Check this out. All of that has come through. You have seen big time head coaches take jobs and directly say they took the job because of Deion Sanders. Hugh Jackson, he said he took the Eddie George, said they took the job because of what? No, I can't focus. I'm focused. I'm focused on my grandson. You're right. I am focused on my grandson. Y'all hear what I said? The man's so nice. Eddie George said, I'm coming. Hugh Jackson. Watch this. Now, granted, he hasn't been there very long, just 3 short years. But in the 3 short years, the impact he has made will be felt for the next 20. The impact he has made may be felt for the next 200 years. I'm just talking about what he's been able to do in 3 years. So maybe his calling has been filled. Elton Thomas, Hugh Jackson, what I call him? Hugh Jackson, I'm sorry. Hold on. Think about that now. Maybe his calling at Elton, maybe his calling has been fulfilled. I've been filled. Had you thought about that, Elton? Have you thought about that, Mate? Maybe you should, if you're a Jackson State fan, all these other schools, Jackson State, y'all better let's step y'all game up. We got to step out. All he doing is showing us, could it be just showing us it can be done? You thought about that? JSU will have to step their game up, man. If not, they have to continue and go forward without him. Think about this, y'all. Only 3 teams in the SWAC utilize social media. They've been watching this man tie his social media up. And they ain't utilized. I'm talking about really, really utilizing it. Think about that. What about the other schools? Duplicate what he's doing. Well, we ain't got Deion. You got a camera. You got a coach. You got assistant coach. You got players. It should be flooded. Social media. We're just talking about the players and what they do and how they're doing. They got to have some kind of connection. The problem with Jackson State, all the HBCUs, is the politicians, I'm going to help y'all, have undercut and underfunded the HBCUs for years. And therefore, it makes it difficult when you have a star like Deion Sanders in the coaching ranks and in the sporting world like Coach Prime, that has to entertain. You know, he even have to entertain an offer from Colorado. Barry, Elton, he shouldn't have to entertain offer. If these folks had been giving us our allotment like they do the rest of these universities. But we want to brag about what Texas got in the Puff Fund. Let me tell you something. Texas, the politicians, they had politicians help them get that Puff Fund. Do y'all understand this? They shouldn't have to. Colorado, Jackson State should be able to write a check. Say, get out of here with that mess. We got you, Prime. We gonna pay your coaches. Why can't Jackson State be able to afford Prime Time and his assistants? Y'all tell me. Boom, boom, room. Talk to me, Ashley. To keep them around for 10 or 15 years. Why can't this be his forever home? Why we got to, man, he gone for that money. We gone, man, I told you he gone. Why? Because some of you Negroes won't give. What does it take for the SWAC as a conference and they 12 institutions to be the forever homes for these type of coaches. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen, I'm just laying out stuff that a lot of people might not know, Stephen. I'm just painting a picture for you, especially if they got a superstar coach like this. What it would take for them to have adequate resources. And be able to give these resources to the football program and their supporting staff and all of that. To allow the big time coaches like Deion Sanders and my man Willie Simmons at FAMU. Bad dude. If he continues to get interest, he's very good. Met him when I went down there to call a TSU game. Hey, come on in, Jim. I'm talking about Deion right now. I'm talking about these folks trying to steal it. I'm talking about them swines trying to steal my man. Hold up, y'all. I'm almost finished, Jim. Almost finished. You came right on time. I just mentioned, right, Willie Simmons. I want y'all to know that name. That name there, y'all gonna talk about that name. FAMU, you gonna talk about that coach. If Jackson State had the money, this wouldn't even be a conversation. They wouldn't have to entertain those other jobs. They wouldn't have to entertain those Power 5 offers. You know, like, man, they gone. Man, we ought to blame our damn self. To get you right in there, Jimmy. Let me tell y'all something. It's different. It's something to think about. When you get down to the nitty-gritty, Jimmy, all this foolishness didn't start until they flipped Travis Hunter. Nothing was said about Coach Prime going to another school before this. Since we're talking about Travis, that way, see, this is what they doing. Since we talk about Travis, now they couldn't get Travis, so now they're trying to get the coach. So when they get the coach, he's going to lead the players away. The prime goal, all these top guys is going to go with. They're going to go with Deion. Y'all, let me tell you something. If he leaves, the light is going to dim just a bit. If he leaves, we got to figure out, because I already know they saying if he can get this dude with that $4 million budget, and I got a $40 million budget, and he beat me out, what would this dude do if somebody messed around, some rich person came, Robert F. Smith, I hope he's watching the show, Robert F. Smith and Byron Allen said, look, put my money everywhere else. Let's go put my money in HBCUs. You already did it with Morehouse. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. I just want y'all to understand, man, that this stuff is bigger than just a coach going to get some money. Y'all are threatening that same NCAA that y'all been trying to tear down and talk about, they this here. But we constantly feeding our kids to them. They was hoping Travis Hunter bombed out, but he's that good, y'all. I talk to scouts every day talking about they can't wait to get him. They say he could have went to Boogaloo State and we was going to get that dude. Yo, that's how great we are. We don't have, the facilities ain't going nowhere. You can't take the facilities with you. Robert, they got good facilities. Okay. Jimmy, I ask you guys who went to these good facilities and they back home now. How many facilities they got over there in the hood? Did Baylor come and build y'all one over there in the hood? Hell no, they didn't. It's up there for them. It ain't for y'all. So it's just something that I really, really just want y'all to take a look at. Because if you just don't know, talking to my sister the other day, live in Memphis, and just talking to her and just listening to her, and just it's some stuff people just not aware of. And guess what? We gonna give it to you. We gonna give it to you. Jimmy, I told him I'm the butcher. I'm gonna give it to you raw. You got to season it yourself, baby. What's going on? What's up? What's up, man? What you got going on today?
This Deion situation. Guys, this ain't the first.
No, it is the first. Ain't never happened like this.
No, I'm talking about the first in regard to another program, bringing him in for interviews and talking about him becoming the head coach. This is the first one that has openly made it over the hurdle where they've admitted that they've offered him the job. So now this is one of those things where, Deion never got on the mantle and took the stance that I'm going to be here forever. He loved it. He got there, fell in love with it. And I think a lot of the politics of that state has probably it's kind of soured him a little bit with the water crisis, and that.
Jimmy, that's happening in Detroit. That can happen. Shit, we had a water problem yesterday.
I'm just saying to it sours on you because now you.
Yeah. But Houston had a water problem yesterday. If we didn't have a mayor who was down on it, this thing could have got ugly, man. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, them politicians in Mississippi, they terrible. But he knew that before he went, Jimmy.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, but then you were thrust into the middle of it because immediately Deion, in the middle of the football, as you're preparing for your football season, Deion is thrust into a role that he hadn't suited up for. He can handle it, but he hadn't suited up to be civil activist. He hadn't suited up to be in regard to the Jackson, Mississippi versus the state.
Jimmy, remember though, he had a calling. See, it might be hard to you. You might be, if you have a calling, he said God called him to that position. See, I'm not going to let him off the hook for that. See, y'all, in the world, y'all going to look at it, well, he's tired of this. But he had a calling. Sometimes you get tired of your calling, Jimmy. Do you think Jesus wanted to lay up there and get them things stuck in his hand? No. He said, he said, hey, Father, if you can take this cup away from me, take it from me, because I didn't know it was going to be this bad. So Deion said he had a calling, Jimmy, so I'm going to hold him to his calling. I don't care about the water, and he got to be. Guess what? He moved 4 of his children down there, Jimmy. His daughter, Bucky, the oldest son, Shadur, and Shiloh. He moved 4 of his kids to this city. So we talking about he done soured? You don't move all 4 of your kids to nowhere. So that means he got to move all 4 of his kids and his whole everybody, his old ethos away. I even said to me, Jimmy, maybe his calling is complete to him. I don't know. He only knows that. So I wouldn't say he's soured on it. Matter of fact, these people who got a water problem, okay, Jimmy, to build them a new stadium. Think about it, what I just said. They okay to build him a stadium. So if he gonna do whatever he want to, but I'm saying he said he had a calling. Calling is different than just coming to get a job. He didn't say, I'm just coming to take a job. He said God called him, and he answered the phone.
When did the water situation come about? Before Deion got there or after?
After.
So that was an audible in the play calling of a life of his life as after his move to from Dallas DFW to Jackson, Mississippi. So that's when the terms of saying, now you're thrust into once as again, whoever the local normally in those type of in cities of such, especially when you're dealing with minorities, normally customarily over historically, a lot of our black pastors, clergy, would be thrust into the vocal, the street activism when it comes to situations.
They
Or
were, Jimmy. You just didn't see them.
no,
They were.
no, exactly. That's exactly what I'm getting at. So that means whatever their cries were, the Jackson, Mississippi may have heard them. Maybe even Oxford, Mississippi. What's the capital? Jackson
Jackson.
is the
Yeah.
capital. Yeah,
Mhm.
have heard them, but the nation necessarily didn't hear those pastors. Well, Dion had been thrust up into a mantle to whereas his voice had superseded on a national plane a lot of those local
Yes,
leaders. And
absolutely.
no disrespect to him. He just
No.
had more. And to put it in street
He got
terms,
more juice.
he had more amps in his trunk
Yes.
hooked up to his woofers than the other
But
guys did in their cars.
Jimmy, to whom much is
So,
given, much is required.
and and so what goes? So now, some of the same people who had been like, hey, this good buddy with Dion. Now Dion got to call some of those people to the square
Of course.
about. So now now you become, first of all, you remind them you're an outsider, quote unquote, to them. Now you're a troublemaker. Now you're ruffling feathers. Then comes the Brett Favre thing that they didn't. So now the whole government of Mississippi is being is receiving a little static.
And Jimmy, and I'm gonna tell you, just me knowing that area because I'm from Memphis and it's close, and I know people close down there. Let me tell you something. This stuff been going on before Dion got there. You gotta understand, my granddad is from Tunica, Mississippi, so I know the politics of Mississippi. But his thing now, it took a guy like him to get the black mayor and the white governor to at least sit down and talk. Jimmy, they at odds. Jimmy, it's funds coming from the federal government, but the governor don't want to release it. So for such a time as this, they got a guy named Deion Sanders that be able to, we just hope his word supersedes the mayor there. And the governor, I hope he a sports fan at some point. He might be. And Jimmy, and the same person, they keep electing these clowns. And hope he just, it's a shot. I just don't think, me personally, I'm going to hold him to his calling. Now, if he tell me his calling is somewhere else, then that's on him. But two teams that ain't won but 2 games last year, I'm not going there because you go there, your career gonna die. Right now, they talking about you, Jimmy, in Spain and all over the world. They talking about Jackson State, man. All over the world. Yeah, he said the call and the job is second. Yeah, well, yes, absolutely. The job is secondary. I hear you, Angus Kelly. But we don't know what's going on in Deion Sanders. Y'all got to keep remember, he got 4 kids. If he just up and move, he got to move all 4 of them kids out of them colleges, out of them situations. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's just more. And Jimmy, and what scares me when he had this press conference, because he might leave, he could have put it all to bed, Jimmy. Jimmy, they said, I think the transfer portal, some open up December the 5th. You'll be able to sign December the 5th. Jimmy, this right in the recruiting period, signing periods of these guys, and this news hit. Usually, You don't tell nobody. Like, we didn't know Hugh Freeze was going to get the job. Hugh Freeze just signed. Now it's rumored that we done offered. Think about this, Jimmy. Not we done signed him. You didn't nobody say nothing about Hugh Freeze when he got the Auburn job, Jimmy. Didn't nobody release, we're talking to Hugh Freeze, what is his name? Freeze. Didn't nobody say that, Jimmy. But in this particular case, in this recruiting period, these colleges talking about they want Deion Sanders to confuse the young minds of these young players, man. I'm telling you what's going on. And he trying to douse it as much as he can, saying, look, my focus is on this game this weekend. Jimmy, it's the timing of this is very, very shabby.
I mean, that's the life in that business. I mean, once again.
No, Jimmy. It ain't the life in this business. I just told you they didn't do Hugh Freeze like that.
Freeze name did surface out only after.
He signed.
No. His name came up after the coach from Ole Miss went out there and basically went and doubled down and said, yo.
I ain't going nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere. That dude is a lie.
So once that happened, Jimmy, it didn't come out that we're rumored. We offered Hugh Freeze the job. They didn't say that. When they mentioned Hugh Freeze again, he had signed the deal. I know it. I know the timeline.
No, his name came up because, understand something. The name came up because allies of that initial writer who had basically got
Jimmy,
the scoop
I ain't talking about his name didn't come up. You're not listening. It wasn't released that they finna sign him. They offered him a contract. His name was in with other guys. He wasn't the only name. In Deion's case, they saying they offered him this job. South Florida said they offered him this job. It's different. It's different. That ain't the business. That ain't the business. This the shaky part. That ain't the business. The business is how they did Hugh Freeze. They should have said, Deion, let's get here and get this thing done. Deion said, man.
Deion has to accept it, though.
Yes.
So Deion got to accept it.
Yes.
And that's the thing. So when the news break, when scoop break about a potential hire, it's either two reasons. That means somebody is throwing it out there because they want it to go down, or somebody is throwing it out there because they don't want it to go down.
Yeah.
And that's just bottom line.
But in his case, this is a unique situation. This ain't never happened. HBCU coach being courted by these guys. This has never happened. This has never happened like this, Jimmy. For them to do that, I think it's Bush League. Because I know how this business works. And I know how this business works.
But at the same time, Colorado themselves came out and said they were on the clock and they were going to get something done before December the 5th.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking
about
Colorado. I'm talking about them.
So Colorado, right? Now, who knows, of course, because stuff like that, it's
Colorado is one of them. They want him to go to Colorado. You know why? He gonna go to Colorado and go get his head tore off. I'm talking about the powers that be. See, Jimmy, you don't know it's a power working out here. They don't like the fact that this man is able to take $4 million budget and go turn these bad dudes that he ain't got. The power structure don't like that. That's the point I'm trying to. You got to think bigger than the surface. The power structure don't. So how can we get his? We got to stop his ass. So we give him the worst damn job that we can find in Power 5. We offer him this job. They ain't won but one damn game. He gonna get his head tore off, and them folks gonna be wanting his head in Boulder, Colorado. And guess what? I told you, that's what coaches go to let their careers die. I done watched it. They ain't had a winner since the 90s. The point I'm saying, I don't like this. Colorado, give me a better job than that. Give me a better job than that.
Man, at one point in time, Colorado was what they are right now. And then then Bieniemy came
in the 90s.
Okay, but at one point in time, U of H was what they were yesterday, and they're what they are today.
Damn it. No,
in basketball.
I know what I'm talking about. Okay. In this case, I kind of know. I'm just giving it out to the people.
But
you can listen to it. You can rebut it like you are. I'm telling you, this ain't got nothing to do with that's just the way the business. No, the business, they don't do everybody like that.
What I'm saying
Don't
is,
do that.
at one point in time, Colorado was the #1 team in the country. They were a premier top shelf football program.
They in the Pac-12, Jimmy.
Somebody built them into that. Deion Sanders, wherever he goes, kids are going to follow. Wherever he goes. Some
Jimmy,
kids are
the
going to follow.
impact of Travis Hunter going to Colorado is not the. I'm talking about HBCUs, man. Jimmy, you talking about Colorado was so great. They ain't talking about Colorado in Spain. They talking about HBCUs in Spain right now. They talking about Jackson State brand in Barcelona. They talking about it in Italy right now. I don't care how many times Colorado done won. They ain't talking about the Jackson State experience. Him bringing Travis Hunter into that campus and turning that other kid, I'm going to think of his name in a minute, and turning that other 5-star kid into this team. Jimmy, that's news. That's the power of this beast saying, we got to stop this dude. We used to them kind of guys coming to the economic slavery concerns. The SEC. We can't have that. What can we do? We can't stop the player, so let's get the coach and hire his ass away so then the rest of them guys ain't going to get it done. That's what's going on with Deion Sanders right now. I'm just telling you like a TI is.
Well,
What else going on today?
I know you also said maybe Deion's work might just be done. You just said that with your own mouth just a while ago. Maybe it's work in Jackson.
I don't know.
Okay, maybe.
I know. I'm not saying where he gonna go. You're not listening. Let me rewind it. Come on. I said it was some powers working. They want him to do that. That's what they want him to do. They gonna give him an offer. The powers that be want him, get him away from that HBCU. He making us look like a damn fool. Let's get him over here so we can bust him because I ain't scared of him going to goddamn Colorado. I'm not scared of him going to Colorado. I'm just telling you, they not scared of him going to Colorado. They definitely ain't scared of him going to South Florida. But what they scared of, them black players. Jimmy, if you don't have those black bodies, all this other stuff don't work. If you don't have them black bodies, they want the black bodies. They want the black body. They don't want this to happen no more. He don't want him to get no more steam. We don't want him to get another. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. They don't want him to do that. This man is doing some stuff that ain't never been done ever like this. Like this. Back then, they had to go to black colleges. Now, these guys, y'all brag. Man, the facilities is so nice. Robert, that facility. Oh, they got to go to the facilities. Man, all I'm telling y'all, they want this man out of Jackson State. So Jackson State, if y'all want to keep him, somebody better pull that Brinks cut because they gonna pay him.
What I'm saying, that's how if you become a thorn in somebody's side. I told this story a couple of years ago. I told you guys right on the Chop Shop. Alan Branch used to be Houston Boys basketball. That was the competition and the thorn for RCS Sports.
Oh my goodness, Angel! I got Angel. So, keep going, keep talking.
So what I was just saying, I say, man, I'm trying to do everything I can to get Alan Branch a college job. College coach asked me who the hottest thing out there. Man, it's Alan Branch. Then Alan Branch made a decision just to go and just start covering the state, end up moving away. But I was
Jimmy, what you were doing, that's black on black crime. I'm talking about that's black on black crime. That ain't the same.
The concept. No, I'm talking about the logic of the concept when you become.
But guess what, Jimmy? He don't have to do. And like Alan Branch, I didn't take it. Alan Branch didn't take it. Deion don't have to take it.
Okay, and you don't. That's what I'm saying. He hadn't taken the job. This is an uproar over them offering the job. He hadn't taken the job. And Deion said, I'll be a fool not to.
Jimmy, the fact that they offered, I'm done. I'm done.
Somebody's going to offer him a job sooner or later.
I'm done.
How do you think he was
I'm telling you why they offered him right now.
But understand, somebody's it's law of averages. You went to TCU.
Okay, well, ain't nobody. What other coach they offer? What other HBCU coach they offer?
There's no other HBCU coach that we know they offered on this point in time. Which one of them had the most steam that could be?
Willie Simmons at Florida A&M, one of the best coaches in college football. Period. They ain't talking about him. He'll coach rings around everybody around there.
Well, I mean, he done made his lap.
No, but he ain't that old. I'm talking about this guy ain't that old.
Where was he at before he was at Florida?
I don't know where he was, but I know everybody talking about it. They talking about him coaching in the NFL, man. They talking about this dude coach. This dude that good. I'm just telling you, I know what's going on. And you can, this, hold up. Like you said, this is what I know about right here. I'm telling you what's going on. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. I know what's going on over here.
Like I said, Deion has not made a decision, and it doesn't appear that he's going to take the Colorado job based on now, because by the leak comes out, that means, dude, now you've caused me and my program distractions. Now everywhere he goes, there's different types of questions. It ain't about Jackson State now. So that means now the price is going up. If it is, and the price may go outside of what you're even willing to do, because that's what happens now.
My problem with him, he could have doused it. He could have said, I'm not going nowhere. But he said,
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. No.
He said, you already know the answer to that question.
I just played the video. I just played the video for everybody. He could have doused this fire out. He could have said, look, I ain't going nowhere. And I know for a fact, Ashley and them down there trying to get some bread together. Coach, Jackson State's trying to get their bread.
The price has gone up all across the board.
The price didn't went up. Yes.
It ain't just, that's for everybody. Because now people see the tip of the iceberg of what, understand, they're what, 11-0, 12-0 this season. Mm-hmm. And they ran through. Remember, during the COVID year, it was like right around 500. So there was talk, but not much walk. He was doing a lot of stuff, getting the foundation laid, getting Michael Strahan to come and donate suits, getting a lot of guys to come and volunteer and put their fingerprints on helping to build a culture. And now the culture has been established. Don't get it twisted. Here we are. He's on the verge. Going to play Southern in the Celebration Bowl. That's what they call it in Atlanta, and they've already, they'll probably, if Vegas put odds on that game, Jackson State would probably be a double-digit favorite in that one, and go out with a bang. This thing, once again, the transfer portal is on December the 5th, and what's at stake is a lot of kids are planning to make decisions, and so what it does is it creates a traffic jam on the freeway of recruiting.
Confusion.
So a lot of people that was in the right lane on this highway has started to put their brake lights, tap their brakes on what their decision is going to be. And as a result, you're in that right lane, which is normally the fast lane on the freeway. It's brake lights. Everybody like, hold up, in a wait and see mode. This thing right now, guess what? It is November the 29th. We got roughly in 72 hours. A decision is definitely going to be made, either for y'all, because they need to move on. It's going to be on Colorado. It's probably putting them on the clock, but it's going to be obvious. They're going to say, well, they got to move on, because if they're going to stand firm on them making a decision before December the 5th. So know what Colorado is doing
after that game, he's going to make the announcement, Jimmy.
So know what Colorado is doing right now? Colorado is either they're working up that ante, or they're talking with Plan B. Plan B is in talks with his agent. What the hell is that?
My bad. I got it. That's my young fella. I'm letting him ride with me. I'm letting him ride with us today.
Look, man.
I'm letting he riding on the chop shop. This is his first time on the chop shop today.
Man, he need a hat, man. He need a lid on, man. Got to put a lid
No,
on.
man, he can't put nothing on the hair, man. That's his first doctor's appointment. That's how he was riding today. Yeah, they sending me, bitch. Man,
Oh, we got he still got this stuff in his head from the doctor. He got that stuff.
no, he got all that out. But we ain't putting no hat, no.
Oh,
That
the
pretty,
snot- yeah, the snot in his head.
Jimmy, when your hair that pretty, you don't put no hair on. That's why I don't put no hat on this pretty hair right
Hey, hey, Angel.
Uh-huh.
I got a good question. Shifting gears, and I was just thinking about something. Back to the U of H. Of course, day number 24 hours in, U of H has been number one in the country, and they play tonight. They're back in action tonight. So their first defense.
Norfolk State.
Yeah, HBCU.
Mhm.
HBCU. Speaking of them, coming in town, getting that check, and I was looking at the members of the Associated Press who had the votes for U of H, and it's a collection of media, of people in mainstream media from different newspapers, TV stations around the country, and a couple of outside entities. There's the Champaign News Gazette. That's Illinois.
Mhm.
They have two people on the panel, and the Houston Chronicle has nobody on the panel. And I want Angel, can you explain that to me? Because Angel, you guys may not know this, in the Boom Boom Room right now, and I don't see if he's in the YouTube. or the
Angel's there.
Facebook.
Angel's there.
Is he in the YouTube or the Facebook?
Facebook. He was in Facebook.
Okay. Well, Angel worked in the sports department at the Houston Chronicle for a few years, along with the Fort Worth Star Telegram and in Killeen before then. How can Houston not have a person? Dallas has one. How come Houston doesn't have a person on the Associated Press panel, and Champaign, Illinois has two? I swear to you, make me understand that. If he's watching.
That's above my pay grade. I can't even tell you. I don't really care. Because but I know you like to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it could make. They don't even have a sports team there.
Who picks them?
A pro sports team.
Who picks?
Who tabs the writers?
Who tabs the writers to be a part of it? Maybe the Houston Chronicle's paper ain't as powerful as the Chicago paper.
No,
I'm not sure.
I ain't say Chicago, Hal.
That's
I say
all right.
Champaign.
Champaign ain't far from Chicago.
But Chicago got their own people on it. They're represented on there from the Chicago News Tribune.
So they got them from Chicago and Champaign.
Yes.
Champagne must be getting some champagne to the people. That's what's going on up there.
I'm like, what the hell?
But Jimmy, our team is number one. Why are you complaining? And Texas number two. Maybe these sorry ass people, if they would have been for the Chronicle, they probably would have voted against Texas or voted against Houston.
Man, guess what? I'm looking at this thing, at this list. They got the votes. It's public. And each ballot, each person gets the number 1 through 6, right? By position. There was a total, I'm not going to count all these people, but there's 3 voters that gave U of H a 6th pick. Like that should be number 6.
That's a good one. You're absolutely right. But keep going, Jim. Keep going.
Right?
Keep going.
3 gave U of H a number 6 vote.
Is that the B number? That's the highest.
Number 6. Yeah.
The B number 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
You know those 3 were? One of those 3?
Champagne.
Chris Walker's co-worker. Well, one of them is named Chris Murray from the NevadaSports.net.
Okay.
One of them is Dylan Sin from the Fort Wayne Journal-Gazette.
Okay.
And the third one is Seth Davis from CBS Sports.
Yeah.
I gotta tell Chris, not
Don't
publicly.
get, you ain't gonna get Chris fired. No, you leave Chris alone. Chris got a job.
Not publicly. Go tell you, go ask your coworker.
Leave them white folks alone, man.
Every now and then it's good to mess with him sometimes. He said Davis picked U of H to be number 6.
It's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
It's okay. That's how he feel about him.
Okay.
I don't like Seth Davis anyway. Him and this other, who was that coach used to, wait a minute, let me make sure. Him and that coach who used to coach at Virginia Tech. Them two I can't stand. Let me see. Yeah, I know who Seth Davis is. No. That's all right. Jimmy, they still number 1. I mean, I ain't never seen nobody like you in my life. You're number 1 and you're mad.
No, I'm talking about the panel. My initial statement on this topic was,
Who Seth had number 1?
It don't. We didn't. The list I have is just where they had U of H. You follow me? Where they had University of Houston is what I have the data on. I didn't have the whole who all they picked 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. So that's the thing.
Oh yeah, I know that clown. Yeah. They probably just don't like. Man, he just don't think they good. He don't think, Jimmy, it's all right if he don't think. See, you people want everybody to think the way you do, sir. Everybody don't like U of H like that.
Yeah, I'm saying, but number 6.
Except Greenberg, who I don't like. Yes. Oh, okay. Man, that man ain't said one good thing about Memphis ever. Because I found out, guess who his best friend? Rick Barnes. the one Penny was saying, whoop, yeah. That Rick Barnes. Yeah. So
yeah, and
see,
of course this list is in today's Houston Chronicle, and where I was citing it from, and they, of course, they have a big spread on the University of Houston, and that's why then they published this list. And guess what? For the Houston Chronicle to publish this list with all of the voters' names, what do you think the statement that's making from the Houston Chronicle and their sports editor?
Why we wasn't on the list?
No, just to let you guys know how some of these guys.
No, but then why they didn't get their happy ass on the list?
Well, that's the whole thing. We don't know. I don't know the process. That's why I asked Angel, who had been
I ain't say he got to
in
look
that
that up.
space.
I ain't say he got to look that one up. That's above his pay grade. So he got to look that up.
Yeah, no, and so that was one of the good things, curious things. Also, in news, sports news, I think on yesterday we forgot what just happened while we were on the air, and Houston Astros have made an acquisition that has bolstered their team on paper a great deal.
Not Abreu. They did something else.
Yes.
They did that yesterday.
That was yesterday afternoon when we were on the air.
Okay.
And so Abreu, that deal, that signing he was an MVP 2 years ago, right? And now he comes over to first base, and Yuli Gurriel. Think about this, how this stuff goes, man. Yuli Gurriel battled injuries all season, but at the same time, he had declined. Wasn't the only one that went into a slump.
So who place he gonna be taking?
Yuli's at first base.
I like Yuli.
Yeah, but Yuli is 38 years old.
How old is Abreu? 28?
No, about I think like 34, 35. That's still a couple of years out. That's still, and you're talking about, and now a guy that you got him locked in for 3 years. So
Yuli gone like a turkey through the cone.
Well, not yet. Yuli can take a deal to just, and here's the thing. That's what I'm getting at. Yuli can, if he wants to, gamble on himself. Understand? I don't know, but the money though, he can get a lot of money, man, somewhere else.
Go get the money, man. Go get the money. I got a ring. I'm going to get that bread because once you stop playing, they ain't gonna send you no more checks.
2 rings, right?
Yeah, they ain't gonna send you no more checks, Jimmy. And that's why I want y'all to let y'all know this. Y'all always holler about these rings. Let me tell you something. Go get that money.
So that's the thing, Aldo. So what do you do? Now, here's the thing. Yuli could stay there, opt to stay there, work a deal to stay, and could become the DH. He could be the DH.
Let somebody offer that money. I'm gone like a turkey through the gum. Turkey through the comb.
Yeah, like I say, it's on. Like I said, remember now, last year the Astros worked it out. We had 2 starting back catchers. Even though Maldi was the primary back catcher, but we kind of platooned those guys in the postseason. It helped Maldi, and probably at that rate in today's game, that can extend his career by a couple of years on those knees. Well, we're not talking about a first baseman. It's like he's not bending down. He's not his knee. He does probably the less of all of the infields. The first baseman probably does the less movement of all of them. You can be in the least shape, put it like that, if you're a first baseman. That's why a lot of times you see first baseman, they're in baseball or in the beer leagues, that first baseman gonna be at a big old belly. That's gonna be you can be right-handed or left-handed. It don't.
But do me a favor, because we're gonna have a lot of time to talk about these guys. Somebody just put something up, and I want to know why he's saying it. He said, "Where did you have Manville ranked? If Manville is Manville, why he mentioned that? Where do you have Manville ranked?"
Who says it?
Elton Thomas. He said, "Whether you have Manville, is Manville good?
Where did you have Manville ranked?
Right.
Elton, my question is, did you buy a magazine?
Mine in my briefcase.
Did you get a magazine? And the locations are posted on the front of rcsports.com, and that way you can see where Manville was ranked at the beginning of the season. And I don't know, now I got to stop. We got to think about what you're doing, man. You got to stop a show to go.
No, but I thought you would always. No, he was saying no. He said he was asking Angel, not you.
Oh, we talking about in football.
Oh, he was talking Angel. Okay, yeah, he was talking Angel
in football.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, come on now.
No, Angel don't. Angel, he said he got him a magazine.
There you go. Oh, he's talking about Angel. Okay, that's
Angel don't rank no more, do he?
No, I guess because Angel had said when he was doing it, he was on the Associated Press.
Okay, I got
for
you.
the high school football ranking, and so he was part of that then. And
I got you.
And did Angel ever answer who picks?
He said he didn't know that.
Because somebody had to pick him for him to be on the panel. Somebody had to pick him on that panel.
Yeah. Well, who picked you, Angel?
Yeah. But anyway, now, what else we got? We're going around the horn. We said we was talking about something today. We said we was going to talk about something.
Talking about high school. I mean, you didn't give us the thing. I told you I was going to talk about Jamal Crayson again.
Oh, yeah.
I want to talk about that 47 piece. But guess what? I want to talk about somebody because I talked about him enough yesterday. I did.
Okay.
But what happened over the weekend? Because you got to realize I went to one game. I went to Wesley Yates game in your tournament. I didn't see nobody else play. But I heard a whole lot of stuff. And I'm just curious to what happened. Did anybody catch your eye?
This past weekend?
Yeah. Anybody said, okay.
Yeah, as I said yesterday, the stars, a lot of the stars rose to the top in a lot of the games.
Okay.
This weekend, at the starting with the Hoops Giving Classic, and the Hoops Giving Classic, we had 2 games with Houston versus some of the top teams in San Antonio, and Houston swept San Antonio. Atascocita surprised everybody by beating Brennan by like 30. That was like by 20. I'm sorry, huge win for the Atascocita over Brennan, and then Mayde Creek goes and beat San Antonio Wagner. That was a huge win, and that was the start, I think, for Jamal making his spurge over having a great succession, a great holiday week. Okay. I think they might have played 3 games last week, Made Creek, and he put his fingerprints on all of those games, and I think each one of them was a victory. Um, this is where it starts at. So I look at, and then of course we had 5 games in the Hoops Given of Houston versus Dallas teams. Now, and the Houston versus Dallas teams, we had 5 of those. DFW took 3 of those victories. Greater Houston took 2. DFW won the first 3 games, then Greater Houston came back at the end and salvaged the final 2.
Who was the 2 Houston teams that won?
The last 2 games, Yates beat Dallas Lincoln, and Beaumont United beat Dallas Carter.
Good.
And those were the final 2 wins in that to that nature. I mean, overall, like I said, it was the afternoon. It was a super fantastic day. There's some of those names from the Hoops Given that just stood out. Look at Montana Wheeler from Houston Christian.
Okay, I hadn't seen him play in a while. I want to see him.
He's a younger brother of Xavier Wheeler at Kentucky. Montana is a sophomore. Montana is he probably leads his team in scoring this season. But it's not about scoring. It's about running the team. If you have not watched Houston Christian play this season, and they haven't lost a game, they're like 6-0, Alice, something like that.
I got you.
They haven't lost a game this season. He has vastly improved on his ability to run a team and generate wins. See, that's think about what I'm saying. Ability to run a team and generate wins. That means you're making winning plays. And I tell people all the time, if you just keep winning, keep doing this, keep being consistent, then we can't help but pay attention to you.
Right.
That's the thing. See, he's not as tall as most of the other guys in his class. Right. He's only about 5'10", 5'9". No, might be shorter than that, Adam. might be a little bit shorter than that. But
Alfio talking about, could you get a few magazines at the Legacy School of Sports, because he had Fred Payne and Cam Burton in his class right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fred Payne on the front, ain't he?
On the front cover. He don't have a magazine yet.
Fred, come on, Fred.
We gonna listen. This is what you do, Alfio.
Okay.
Thinking what's out that way. Alfio, you call Mike Lindsay.
Yeah.
Reverend Dr. Michael Lindsay. You text me, I'm gonna give you his number. He's in that area from the spring in Cypress. He would deliver the copies. You put the order in with him. He would deliver like the pizza chain right there to you. Seriously, he's right now as we speak. He's meeting somebody off 290 and dropping a couple of books off. So but back to him regarding to some of the players that caught the eye. I mentioned Montana Wheeler. He's a sophomore, part of that stellar class of 2025. How about Anthony Andrews? They call him nickname LJ at Bel Air. He's a power forward. He's also a sophomore in that class. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He's coming into his own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes he was at Ruck on the Wood. Sometimes he played good. The times I saw at Ruck on the Wood, he was just all right. So I mean,
you just got to understand what he got to fine tune. If you're watching right now and you're related, that's why you guys can always clip it. You got to find a way when you're getting on some of your teammates to do it with more positive energy. And that's going to take you a long way, because eventually you're going to be in a situation where you can become that bad teammate, or that teammate that people tolerate you, but they really don't like you. And if it comes a time for picking and you're open, they'll rather take that shot and give it to you, or pass it to somebody else to run the play to the other side. Just that's the thing with him. Kyle Morgan from Summer Creek High School. He's an unsigned senior, Hatter. He was at Ruck on Wood, I think, as well. He's athletic, bouncy. He tried to put one of them kids in the rim one time, and if that thing would have went in, oh my goodness! But Kyle is now he's turning that curve to basically make it as it should be. This should be your team right now as a senior. Even though we know they got Bryson Wheatfall and they got Cameron.
I like Wheatfall. I like Wheatfall.
Wheatfall has been a great addition for Summer Creek High School. Been a great addition, you know. And the thing is about him, he's not coming into that program saying, "Okay, let me show y'all what I can."
Because he know how to play, Jimmy. That little boy know how to play.
He just getting in where he fitting in, and the coach, and he takes a lot of pressure off Cam Patterson, which as a result takes a lot of pressure off Kyle Morgan, which as a result lets him and guys like Andrew Rose and Darius Sullivan better do their things for that Summer Creek team. And they defend. Coach Ken Coleman, man, no matter what team he has, those guys at Summer Creek gonna be all over the floor, testing you like gnats. They defend all over the court.
You can't play on this team if you can't.
Yeah, you ain't gonna play if you can't. Remember that? Think about it. Wasn't that last year before last, when they had people didn't really want to buy in, and
people leaving. Yeah. But coach just kept on coaching. Coach kept his head down and kept on coaching.
This dude here knows what he's doing.
Absolutely.
And some of y'all babies that were squabbling, verbally or whatever, and regarding him, look at what's happening and how's it working out for your kids right now at the next level. Because many of y'all thought your sons were better, your kids were better than what they was, as you probably, you know.
I mean, you're supposed to.
Yeah. But now how's it working out? Because if somebody else is coaching him now, if he's even playing, how's it working out? Now, I mentioned to you about Wesley Yates. Wesley Yates against Dallas Carter. See, I'm saying, it's not easy being consistent, guys. But Wesley Yates has been real consistent this season.
Fortune 500 company over there.
He's been really consistent this season. And if you're talking about playing out of position, if you've never seen Beaumont United play, Wesley Yates on the back of the press. Wesley Yates sometimes playing guarding the 4 sometimes. Sometimes, different matchups. Now, he tell the coach, if it's like it was Jalen Lowe later on, it's like, we're going to guard it. Let me get some of him, too. We're going to guard it. I want to guard it.
You know how to play, Coach. I mean, some players just know how to play. That's why I love watching them play.
His body,
oh my God,
his body has morphed into a college frame. It was an out of shape type flabby frame a year or so ago.
That man look like Captain America right now.
Kids just bounce right off of him. 2 dribble pop. You can't knock him off the dribble.
Unbelievable, man.
And you know what he does when he gets on his team is positive energy.
Oh yeah.
That stuff. See, then it's easy to receive it from your leader.
He's leading, screaming and hollering at players. He's leading his team, man. You know what? He wants to win, Jimmy. He hates to lose. I told people that the other day. He hates to lose more than he loves to win. See, a lot of guys out there, they love to win. But them guys who hate to win, hate to lose, they gonna get that last stop. They gonna get that rebound, that loose rebound. And that's what I'm watching about that whole team, man. That whole team in January, Jimmy, they're gonna be so much better. Because this Paye, I done fell in love with Paye. That's my dude.
Well, Paye from Hoops, he had a great week as well.
Oh, he
did? I mean, understand, he put his fingerprints on that game that went over Dallas Carter, but at Rick Nelson's Thanksgiving Jamboree, Paye had a career high.
What did he have?
I want to say 27.
24-11.
Oh, 24-11. Paye was grooving in that particular game over against Thurgood Marshall.
Oh.
I mean, his fingerprints were all over it. And understand, Paye felt like It felt like you was watching Terrence Arsenault.
That's what I said.
But that's the whole thing. You got to. You understand? He's in 11th grade now.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to become more consistent. If Paye becomes more consistent, you don't have to put up 24 and 11. No. But if Paye can just give me 15 and
8 or 9, yeah.
every game in this offense, and think about it, that ain't but 4 punts a game. I mean,
a quarter, you mean? Right.
Pretty much. That's 16, but that's right there. So I mean, you can't give me a putback. Listen, every half, Paye should be able to give me a layup. I mean, one jump shot, one mid-range jumper, one putback, 2 free throws, right, and a dunk.
Okay,
right?
per half. I got you.
That's 8.
I got you.
That's all. You just check them off. Just check them off. You do that right there, Beaumont United can win state.
Man, they good, man.
You understand? Duncanville is still, Duncanville's not going to be in the postseason, so it don't matter in regards to that. But this team here, so I like them. Also, Ala.
How did my dude Keanu Dawes do, man? I ain't seen him in a long time.
Dawes did well. They played Seven Lakes in the Thanksgiving Jamboree. They got the heads beat in. But as I say, if you're gonna get your heads beat in, you better get paid.
Yeah.
He got 27.
What?
Keanu Dawes.
I can't wait to see him.
That was the closest, and I used this comparison before.
Okay.
And I use it again because I saw this young man several times. Keanu Dawes looked like Dion Dow.
I don't remember Dion Dow.
Dion Dawes from Texas City High School, class of 2004. He played with one of the best independent teams that have ever came through Greater Houston, summer basketball team, grassroots. That was called the West Side All Stars. That was one of the first grassroots teams to get a product deal from a major sneaker company. Reebok outfitted them, gave them a nice product budget to Al Jones and Charlie Jones. Oh man, speaking of Al Jones, Al Jones Jr. played on that West Side All Stars team. Charlie Jones is a coach, used to be at George Ranch. Now he's a head coach at Katy Jordan. Charlie Jones Jr. I think Sean Morris played on that team. Chris Morris' son. All those guys. They had talent. And Dion Dow was their signature piece. But Al Jones Jr., guys, we're going to get him on the chop shop. We got to set a date for him. We're going to make a date for this young man. Once again, guess what he has accomplished?
What did he do?
He's just recently, in the last month, he's became the owner of a Chick-fil-A restaurant in Canada.
Oh my goodness.
Young black man.
What part of Canada?
Oh man, I'm gonna send you the article.
Okay.
I read it. Of course, I don't know what time. Let me see. Ada, this is fantastic story from this young fella. And here you go right here. It say from the basketball court to the kitchen. And you know what? He worked at Chick-fil-A, and the owner that he worked from in the story gave him an opportunity to work all positions at the restaurant. He even did the cleanup, did the wipe the windows, stood outside, and now he's an owner of a Chick-fil-A. Al Jones Jr. And so I said that we get him, understand, man. And his dad say it's just a little note on how you can become a multi-millionaire without going to the NBA, but still using basketball as a tool, which this young man did. He was a walk-on, I think, at University of Houston, if I'm not mistaken.
Cool.
Elton Thompson says in Toronto.
Toronto. Oh, great city. Great city.
Man, this
Hey,
is. I mean,
have
little Al
anybody
Jones.
ever been to Toronto?
Yeah, I
Jim?
did. Remember the Final Four was in Detroit, and some of the hotels was in Toronto across the thing. Yeah,
Great city.
yeah, man. You get that? I send that to you on little fella, and
Yeah, I got it.
I'm double checking.
I'm looking over it. I'm just checking it right.
I'm double checking to see what city this is. I can't tell from the article. The article's from a Chick-fil-A website. You know what I'm saying? It's the Chick-fil-A website.
Oh, it's Ontario.
It's Ontario. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But anyway, man, I wanted to get that in. But back to some of those players we were talking about. We mentioned Miles Grigsby yesterday. Rigsby, I mean, from OD Wide. And we talked about Jared Harris. I want to give some props to a little kid from Yates High School. And he's a kid that's probably the glue to this Yates basketball team. They're undefeated right now, 3-0.
Yates undefeated?
Yes, I mean they're 3-0. They beat Dallas Lincoln. Then they beat up on somebody at Rick's event. I can't think who Dallas Madison. They beat Dallas Madison at Rick Nelson's event by like 30. This Yates team, of course, this is not the team of old. Calvin Murphy III is their best prospect on the team. Make no mistake about it. This when he's going with the shot. But this little kid Damian Lewis he's the energizer on this team. He defends. I'm talking about he defends and don't stop. I want to give him props. Also, another kid, who caught my eyes. Another kid, understand? Nigel Walls, another sophomore from St. Francis Episcopal. Nigel's about 6'9". Nigel has been performing very well.
Did he play for JL3 too?
Yes.
Okay, I heard his name. Okay.
Double doubles, man. That's all he's been doing. Now, understand the team. They won 1 and lost 2 the last week. They lost to Ani and his Dallas Taka Storm team, which, Ani and them was supposed to beat these young fellas, but Nigel had 14 and 11. Nigel comes back and he plays. They lose one in the closing seconds against San Antonio Harlan. And then they bounced back and won the game on Saturday. St. Francis, I'm talking about.
Oh, that's the kid on Team USA.
Yes. Yes, okay. He got invited to Team USA.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. I know I heard his name, folks.
Nigel. And you know what? This little group, they have Harold Baber is the head coach.
Yeah. Wait a minute. That's the team that I saw little Tribal over there like the G.
Yes. Yeah, little JT Tribal out there wiping the floor on one of the games.
Yeah.
Some water. Okay. He got there and wiped the floor down.
Where's that school at? Up in Maryland?
No.
Where's this?
No, that school is in Houston over near Second Baptist. Over near Memorial.
Okay.
Over that way.
Okay. All right.
St. Francis.
Okay.
So this team, guys, and what happens is people that's watching them play, they only suit up about 7 to 8 guys, Adam. Mm-hmm. And they're missing about, that means if you're looking, they're a piece away. So the next time a next kid that's out of this city, first of all, understand something. You got Omarion Harvey, who's another sophomore. He's about 6'7", right? You got John LeBoy. He's a Division I. He's a Division I.
He played with them. He played with JL3 too.
Those are 3 Division I, bona fide Division I prospects on the team. That's at least those
on this same team.
On the same high school team. They're all sophomores. So here's what's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
Nigel has already been invited. So he's on the national radar because he got invited to USA Basketball.
Okay.
You follow me? So that means they know about him.
Okay.
As the others and the success of the team as they played through the summer or whatnot, and the other ones can gain national attention. Well, here's what's going to happen. The next time a kid is getting ready to leave the city, this team, as they go into next year, and then the year after, more and more college coaches are going to be flocking to this program as they do already. Trust me, back in August and September, damn near every high major coach that I know that came through Houston, guess what one of the stops they went through? They went over to St. Francis. You know why? Because you can get more bang for your buck.
And they play Episcopal tonight.
They play Episcopal tonight.
You see, I'm on your site.
At Episcopal, 7 p.m.
I'm looking at your site. I'm trying to see where I want to go. I'm going to watch me some basketball maybe tonight.
I think I'm leaning towards Second Baptist and St. John's because I want to see Sebastian.
You got to see my dude.
And then you have Damon
Who
Jones.
on Second Baptist team? Anybody good on Second Baptist team?
Damon Jones and Tina Thompson's son is over there.
I like him.
Right?
I like him.
And then they have a 9th grader
Okay.
that's over there. One of the top 9th graders in the area.
Okay.
He's supposed to, and he's over there.
So that's gonna be at
St. John.
Man, I like. You know what? I don't know, boy. I'm going to see a game tonight, y'all. I'm watching me a game tonight. I'm going to see. I want to see somebody I haven't seen. I kind of want to see St. Francis now. You got me want to see him.
Yeah.
Dang.
And
I'm gonna figure something out. But Jimmy, I want to tell some people something that they don't know. I got something hot off the press for y'all, right quick. Oh, because it's almost 2. I know we're going. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Sebastian ain't playing tonight, so you know I ain't going over there.
Oh, scratch that.
Scratch that. Scratch that thing. But I got something for you, Jim. I got something for everybody. That's easy. Scratch that. I ain't going to.
Why is he not playing? Why is he not playing?
Oh, okay. I should have put a why.
Yeah, ask him back. Why is he not playing? What's going on?
You're working, but you're working me now. What do? Yeah. Now I'm gonna come over your house on the 1st and the 15th.
hey, I need to change the line on that game now. Let me change. I got my first installment on rcsports.com. Today, guys, is the first day that I start doing every year.
I see you over there.
Predictions on the game. I got to change that one. So if Sebastian's not playing, it goes from Second Baptist by 8 to Second Baptist by 19.
Hey, guess what?
No.
Here you go. Hey, y'all. Hey, Shadow Creek plays Cy Ranch tonight. If you're on Cy Ranch side of town, go out and see Money Mike now. Cy Ranch people. But
now Jalen Bernard is not playing for Cy Ranch.
He hurt.
He's bright and mild injured, just preventive maintenance. Okay. And you go to the doctor and they just tell you he's going to possibly make a return during the Cypress tournament. Possibly. I like him. And we released the schedule for that this morning.
Jimmy, don't let me leave. I got to do this. U of H, because you asked this question the other day, and I got the information for you. U of H is officially in the Big 12 July the 1st, 2023.
Yeah.
Officially. This summer. Jimmy, Coach Sampson has already been in the Big 12 head coaches meetings.
Been in the meetings.
Hey, Elton, let me tell you something else. Shadow Creek best player might be hurt, but they second player, best player there. So guess what? Shadow Creek gonna be all right, Elton Thompson. Just in case you didn't know. Oh, he had a deep hip bruise, man. He get X-rays tomorrow. Man, Sebastian, don't do me like that. Don't get hurt on me, baby. I'm gonna pray for a speedy recovery. Y'all pray for my boy Sebastian. That's my other nephew. What Jamal playing tonight, Jimmy? What my boy Maul playing? Tell him I got it.
I don't know what made.
I'll look in the magazine. I got it in the magazine. It must not be a big game, Coach. They must gonna beat the hell out of somebody. You didn't put it on your site. I ain't gonna lie. I remember when you used to do this. At first, Westside was never on them. Boy, after a while, you say, "Oh, I got to put them on here." But I remember you've been doing this for a long time, Doc. You've been doing this for a long time. So hold up, Jimmy. Yeah. Don't forget now. July 1st, this summer, they're officially in, man. Wow.
That's big time, and that is University of Houston. If you haven't heard, they've set a date for their official transition into the Big 12. So this means every game that they play this season in conference play will be their last conference game against most of those teams. Not named Central Florida, because I think they're moving into the Big 12 as well. I don't know if their date is the same as U of H's date, but that's how it's going for U of H. And somebody asked me something out about, I know, damn. Somebody asked me about the freshman from Booker T that played, what was the question somebody asked me about, that played with JL3. And which one of the names of that freight? I know Booker T went to Peoria, Illinois this past weekend. They won their first game and lost the next three. I think they went 1-3 up in Illinois. And that was a tournament that was pretty solid with teams from around. A couple of the top teams in Illinois were in attendance. I know that the team that Jeremy Fears played on, him and his little brother, I think they won the championship over a team from out of Georgia. And
Jimmy, what about Robert Green from our Colony? You seen him play?
I haven't seen our Colony play. Okay. I know they beat up on Cashmere a couple of weeks ago.
Well, that ain't much.
It ain't much.
That ain't much to beat up.
Yeah, Cashmere not too hot out the gates this year. But that district is something else. We're going to give props to Fur High School.
At least they got
Fur team.
At least they got some new uniform.
Yeah, that was last year. They got a new coach. New coach.
Man, some new uniforms every year, man. Y'all, man, come on, man.
You got to win.
No. If you buy them new uniforms, they'll start winning.
Last time we bought one new uniforms, he got fired. Shit. So yeah, keep us posted. Give me the info, Elton, on Robert Green. Send me a message. Let me know about him, and that way we can get over and check. And also what summer team he played with. He might be in the notes. Doug Jones, G Day, or Archie may have seen him as well. And then that way they could probably get over and see him. And that's one of the things you guys understand. Also, before we get ready to land the plane, tomorrow in the VIP news today, and we talk a little bit about it tomorrow, is the updated list of the freshmen.
I saw
a lot of our most freshmen in Division I schools from Greater Houston, how they're faring around the country at their programs. And we put the categories of how many games they played, how many minutes they're averaging, their points, rebounds, assists, whatnot. But the most important category to all freshmen is the
minutes played,
minutes per game. And you get to see who's playing, who's not playing. There's approximately 25 or so, at least 25 players, I want to say 35, that are freshmen. Never mind, that counts red shirt freshmen as well, that are on Division I rosters. And just like I said, that's in the VIP news. If you haven't been there, this is a great day to slide over into the VIP news, and you will see, and it should provide hope to a lot of you people how the process goes. And that is a kid like Trey Miller, who we talked about on the Chop Shop a whole lot last year. He was an unsigned senior who in his heart had felt, I played against a lot of these kids who were ranked higher, who have Division I offers, who signed in November. And he had schools that were messing around with him and teasing him around.
What high school did he went to, Jimmy?
Concordia Lutheran.
Oh, I didn't. That's why I didn't see him that much. I didn't see them play.
And they go, and he took a gamble on himself because he had a lot of those Division IIs, Division IIIs, NAIAs. We're like, man, look, you have no offers. Come on and just come on with us, man. Hang the tent down. And guess what he did? He said, no, I'm gambling on myself. I'm going to prove that I did one. I say, well, do you understand what's at stake? The stake is some of those D2s and those other non-division ones are going to go away. They're going to move on. And he said, you know what? I'm good enough. If they do move on, then I just deal with it. There will still be options, and I'm willing to take the consequences. That's the thing. He was willing to accept the consequences to what would have happened had he not gotten the offer. And guess what? The one offer he thought he had was the Incarnate Word at first. They pulled back. He got ready to go commit Hatter, and the school didn't really want to take the commitment based on the story I've heard.
Okay.
And what you had?
I got some I'm gonna share with y'all tomorrow about that commitment and offer. Y'all remember? Remind me, Thaddeus Moody. I know he gonna remind me early in the show. I'm gonna give you that. But Jimmy, that man is playing 32 minutes a game. This kid you talking about. They pulled the offer and he came back and they gave him an offer back. The man playing 32 minutes a game. So they know what they saw in the beginning. Somebody else must have bid on him. They tried to go over and see what up, and that didn't fall through and they came back to him. You follow me?
Yeah, but that lets you know the eyeball of a coach. If a kid that's a freshman can potentially come in your program and play 30 plus minutes, that means
are they winning? They got to be losing.
Remember, Chris Walker said that part. If a freshman got to play that many minutes, you ain't gonna be winning.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be good
unless you have a conglomerate of talent, a plethora of talent that came at the same time. So like a blue blood type, 5-star type pros that's collectively walked in there together. But the thing is, he's averaging 9 punts a game. Right. 32 minutes.
Yeah, they get
Trey Miller has understand that school. They came back at the last minute. A scholarship opened up. Say, we'll take him. And look what happened.
That's a hell.
Look what happened. Look what happened.
That's all right, man.
That's
they won one. Let me see. Oh, they beat Our Lady of the Lake at Texas Lutheran. So they won 2. They won 2 and lost 2. They ain't getting their head tore off that bad. They beat Our Lady of the Lake. That's my favorite school. I always use that in an analogy. I know it. Yes, Thaddeus. No, Thaddeus. No, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk. I get a chance to put him in because I'm gonna talk about Irene Cara tomorrow. You're absolutely right. Women Rock wins.
So,
I want to live forever. Huh?
Yeah, Irene Cara, man.
That's my girl. Huh? What did you say?
I'm looking at a couple of names. Remember the kid from Elkins High School?
Which one?
Jackson Fields. Remember he played football, quit football. Wide receiver.
Yeah.
And said, I'm going to gamble on myself in basketball.
What Jackson doing, man?
He's at Troy State playing 14 minutes a game.
I like Jackson. I like that, Jackson.
You see what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with something.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
But but the thing is, a lot of people aren't willing to accept the consequences that you're taking a gamble. And there's a chance if the market dries up on your recruitment, then you may have to go and take a detour.
And Jimmy, it happens, man. It happens, Jimmy. I'm telling you, man. I remember that recruiting stuff, man. It happened. What they say, what did my man say? You always end up where you're supposed to be.
Eventually. They all end up where they belong. They go another one.
Who?
The little fella.
Who?
Brody Robinson.
That's my dude.
From Houston Christian High School.
I love little Brody, man.
Remember, he went and committed to a prep school.
Yeah.
He was going to go to prep school route. And next thing you know, he decided to go play this summer basketball. See, this the thing. What helps a kid like him, Brody went back and played grassroots basketball as an unsigned senior. And guess what? He got noticed. Chattanooga. Yeah. Chattanooga was like, wait, man, we want you.
Who is Mason Allen?
Lil Mason. Hey, man. Lil Mason
Sandy
been,
shouted out to Mason. Who was Lil Mason?
yeah, Lil Mason Allen is from Madison High School, and that's Marjorie's son. So
Oh, I
he
didn't know
scored,
that.
he scored 40 for one game. He scored 27. He scored 25. He's probably averaging about 26, 27, 28 points a game this season. Madison won the consolation division in the Woodlands tournament. This Madison team, understand, and they have Jaden Gambrell on that team. He's been cooking.
I did not know
And
that was
they-
Marjorie's son, man.
And one of the things about Madison, Hatter, was that I say once if Jalen Gambrell and Mason Allen can really become a reliable 1-2 punch, then this Madison team prevails. And they did so. They've only lost one game all season.
Okay. All right.
And so shout out to Mason Allen. He's an unsigned senior. And understand, consistency. So you got past the first 5 or 6 games. Now, if you keep pushing through, then that means college coaches can't help but pay attention. And once they pay attention, then your life changes. And that's the thing about it. Your life changes. And so I want to give a shout out to him. I mean, I'm looking, man, some of these kids. Brian Gordon is playing 13 minutes a game at Lamar. Austin Benyingi. Remember Benyingi?
Yeah,
over
he
at the Woodlands Christian.
He's playing 17
minutes a game.
He can play. Hey, that dude, that's a tough little song.
Little pesky joker got if you got the opportunity, he sees an opportunity. And that Amari Abram, remember, he committed to A&M at first, went to the California, played out there at the prep school, then opened up his recruiting, decided I'm going to Ole Miss, playing 24 minutes a game, averaging right at 13 points a game. Hey, and some of those guys, that's what I'm saying, some of these players, man, they are playing. A lot of guys are playing.
But we're going to talk DJ Richards balling.
DJ Richards, how many minutes? He's putting
24 minutes a game.
Plenty of sweat on his forehead, and he comes off the bench averaging 24 minutes a game at UTSA. And, once again, it's a lot of the guys you see, and it's kind of cool to see some of these young men, and you see how they are faring as freshmen. I thought Chance White would be playing more minutes after he dropped the 30 ball or something in this fall, right? And they play.
Yeah, but Jimmy, they do that. They do that for you. And they coach. His team must be pretty good. It ain't got nothing to do with Chance. His team might just be a little bit better. Freshmen, y'all don't usually play.
I see PJ Haggerty got his minutes up. He's up to 8.6 now.
Mm-hmm.
Now Michael Miles has came back to the team, so that means you expect for a deduction in minutes per game for PJ Haggerty, and then the other young man is set to come back.
After 6 games. Yeah.
So this is going to be a real test, but you just hang in there, and just be ready when your name is called.
Hang on in there, baby. Hang on in there, dog.
So,
man, let's get out of here. I got to go.
Yeah, man. So that's the thing, man. Hey, man, shout out to all you guys. Of course, the water boil in Houston has been lifted, but they strongly encourage everybody, according to the city officials, to run your faucets for a couple of minutes. Just let the water run through the faucets. Empty your ice trays if you have from your automatic dispensaries. Empty those out. Let the water cycle of form of reducing ice. Let it start again, and for goodness sakes, don't drink out the water hose right now. Let that. That's all. How some people go outside.
Drink out the water hose still.
I mean, that used to be a good thing, man. That water hit different from that water hose, man. You got
man, my man Sebastian out, man. Jimmy, you got to find you another thing to go tonight.
Yeah, I was definitely going to Second Baptist at St. John's tonight. Now I got to find me another one to go and.
Is Dawson good?
That's the game of the night.
That's the game of the night.
That's the game of the night. Absolutely.
Hang on in there, baby. But I want to see. I want to see this. Something about St. Francis. I want to see St. Francis. You got me want to see all of them. Do you got all them USA America born?
Hey man, Justin Begg has been playing some
Oh,
good ball.
that's my dude. That's my dude there.
He's been playing some good ball.
He can
Justin
play.
Begg. And so you know, you gotta realize. I mean, that'll be Episcopal's at home playing at the Baber. The two, Coach Baber and Coach Wayne Jones. They're good. They're
good
best
friends.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be a good. If you want to see talent, it'll be Justin Begg. He's been tearing it up this season, and his body is filled out.
Yes.
He's getting stronger.
Yeah.
He's hitting. He's that 3-point shot. He's not just taking it recklessly now. He's stepping right into it. And guess what?
Who else he got on the team? Who else on the team? Man, nobody.
The main guy, second guy, he got hurt again. I mean, so it's like this team is it's a lot of role guys with Episcopal. There's no other Division I prospect that's in uniform right now for Episcopal. So, you know, but you guys pick one of these games and go Parker Memorial, get to play against Summer Creek.
That's a good.
Remember, that's the old coaching school, the old stomping grounds for Coach Coleman. He led them to a state championship when Kenneth Lofton was in the 9th grade.
So Port Arthur Memorial coming up here.
And they undefeated. They're like 5 or 6-0, Alda. So they get to play at Summer Creek, and this will be a
pretty good
test.
games. It's a pretty good
Texas
game.
City at Thurgood Marshall tonight. That's going to be a good game. Texas City, man, they're going to be rugged. I'm telling you, Coach Mason going to have these guys.
Why you got Marshall by 13 then?
Because they got Marshall.
So they're going to be rugged and get their ass tore off by 13.
You know what? This game could get ugly and it could stay close.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
You know,
yeah,
they got the kid CJ over at Texas City. And I mean, he's could be a problem. He's an unsigned senior. You know, it could be a problem. And other than that, of course, Silsby and Westbrook, mind you, Silsby football team is still in the postseason. They're in the state semifinals. And
Jim, I need you to check on something for me.
What's that?
I need you to check on my little dude Stewart, the little freshman Stewart that went to one of them Klein schools, and somebody told me the man got him on the 9th grade team.
Where we saw him at?
And,
Was it Rock on Wood?
Yeah. He's one of the best at Rock on Wood.
Let me see, is he in the book?
He should. Yeah, he in the book. Stewart. I mean, I know I got his name in here in my notes. I'll tell it to you. Let me see. What's my young fella name? No HID.
Quentin Stewart.
That's my dude.
Oh, I remember his face. I see his face. His picture right there on page 75.
That's my dude, man. And man, who is that damn coach out there? He got somebody that good. They got him on the 9th grade team, on the JV, whatever they got him on.
Well, I mean, just push on.
Oh,
through.
Bush versus Hightower tonight. D. White.
That's solid.
How come you ain't got that? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, now that doggone at Second Baptist St. John's game, I might need to replace that game with that Bush and Hightower.
It must be somebody you need to see on them team. You haven't seen them. You ain't seen Hightower or Bush play.
I've seen Bush play. Bush played in the hoops giving.
I like Hightower.
They lost at the buzzer, and then Hightower. I peeked.
I've seen him.
No, I haven't. Yeah, no. Did I go in the gym when Hightower was playing at the Pasadena?
Well, I got you. Let me get out of here so I can be able to make these games.
But we up out here, guys. Make sure you haven't shared the show yet. Do so. Share the show.
Hang on in there, baby.
To your timelines, and also I'm gonna give you guys a treat, a sneak peek, and something as we go out the door. And I'm proud to share with you guys
what you got.
That today is the official launch of Hicks Sticks. Yeah, I mean, these are Nicaraguan leaf. Look here, check this out.
Hush your mouth.
Look what it say, yeah.
I got you, Hicks. I mean, you know that thing ain't that clear. You got to get your big old finger out the way. No, I'm just kidding.
Come.
Hick stick.
Yeah, it say Hick Sticks on there. Got my
I got
logo
you.
and everything. These some good. It's a good burn, and good slow burn. It thick. You guys, once again, if you want to get your order, we have Hick Sticks, $15, and you buy 3 or more, you get a complimentary magazine or a T-shirt. If you have some, you might already have a magazine. So you get 3 or more, get a complimentary T-shirt, RCS Sports dry fit shirt. Hell, I got the shirt. Well, you got the shirt now. I got the TSU color and everything. Got the TSU color. No, you got to get RCS Sports dry fit, baby. It's that season.
I'm so glad I went to well, it used to be MSU. It's MU now.
But send if you want some of those, send me a DM if you're watching right now, send me a DM and put your order in. And for your Hick Sticks, guys. And we also got a ladies stick coming out.
A ladies stick? What is gonna be something?
Yes.
Hicks chicks?
Yeah.
Hicks chick sticks?
Yeah, we had the meeting. We had the meeting last night, and with my guy, and he's already put it in motion, and it's going to be a small little cheek stick, not a thick one like that, a small one, and it's going to be dipped. It's going to be soaked in like some Moscato and something like that in different flavors, and they're going to have a Hicks chick. We got a Hicks stick for the fellas and a Hicks chick. And that's my newest endeavor, guys. And you know, you can't stay still in this stuff. You find ways to go in it, and I really feel good about these Hick Sticks. These things I've been taking orders all morning, and got to get my distribution in place, get these things on out and everything. But I thank you guys. Get with me. You want to get you some, light your Hick Stick up. I know Trey Phillips. Where you at? Where Trey Phillips at?
Oh,
there you go.
Smoke.
I know
gonna
Trey
smoke
Phillips.
him one.
No, Trey need to get a whole case of these joints. I'm telling you, they are good burn. But anyway, guys, we got to get up out of here. It's time to slide down Dino's back. Yeah, we're do this thing. I'll be in one of these. What they say?
And he said, "I know the chicks that like to stick a stick. Boy, get out of here, Simmons Stamp. Trainer, bye, baby. I'll see y'all later, man. Tina, we out of here. I gotta go.
We up out of here, man. Chop shop.
All right.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop.